Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and salam to all. First and foremost, I would like to wish everyone a blessed Ramadan. With a couple of days left, I sincerely hope that each and every one of us are utilizing this last couple of days to the best of our ability, because it's the only month in the entire year where the gates of mercy are wide open. The reason for me creating this video is because I would like to bring up a couple of issues which I strongly believe needs addressing. And given that today is a special day, which I will probably shed light on in just a moment, it's only incumbent upon me that I actually use the opportunity to talk about these issues and these areas of concern. So today is Quds Day. It is a day where people come together to speak out and to unite against Israel and Zionism. It's a day that takes place on the last Friday of every Ramadan, and Muslims or non-Muslims, they march, they rally, they give speeches, they inform, they educate the public of the situation in Gaza or Palestine, and they stand out for fundamentally human rights. So, having said that, on the topic of human rights, as most of you probably know, recently there has been a rise of anti-Shia campaigns that's been taking place in Southeast Asia. In countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Burma, and in India and Pakistan. Now, here's what I have a problem with. These campaigns are, well, I would like to believe that, alright, fine, it's a freedom of speech. Okay, I'll take that. I will be more than glad to take that. But what I disagree with is that, look, even if you want to practice or promote the freedom of speech, on what basis are you actually doing so? Are you doing it to incite hatred, or are you doing it to educate? Are you doing it to cause disunity, or are you doing it to create mutual understanding? If you're doing it to incite hatred, if you're doing it to cause disunity, then here's my question to you. What in the world are you doing? I mean, really, just take a moment to step back, ponder, and ask yourself this. What in the world are you doing? This is the month of Ramadan. It is the month of peace, love, and respect and unity. By spreading all these anti-Shia campaigns, be it on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever social media platform you can think of, by word of mouth, or writing like a full-page essay on it or an article about it and spreading it and letting it go viral, it doesn't align the essence of Ramadan, don't you think so? I mean, look, come on, let's just for a moment, for argument's sake, let's say that these Shias, they're not Muslims, okay, let's just for this moment, let's just say they're not Muslims, that they're kafir. Now, there is a wise saying by Hazrat Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he used to say that you're either my brother in faith or my equal in creation. So even if these Shias are not actually Muslims, are you giving them the fair treatment as non-Muslims? Are you giving them the fair treatment as your equal in humanity? I mean, the thing about social media is that some Tom, Dick, Harry posts something online and it goes viral because most of them are probably blind followers. They believe what they see. They don't stop to ponder, to question, to research, to understand what the whole thing is about. They just click share, click share, click share. And that's a disease, because they might think they're doing good, But what they're doing is they're inciting hatred, they're injecting hatred, they're brainwashing the people of those who are ignorant, of those who are not as aware as some are. And ultimately, instead of causing unity, you're causing disunity. So it's really a sad propaganda that's taking place. Um, if you really have a problem with this particular sect of Islam, then what do you think you gain, or what do you think, or what good, sorry, comes out of it by spreading all these anti-campaigns? Shouldn't you be calling for dialogue? Shouldn't you be calling for a meeting whereby people of this sect and people of the other sect come forth, share their views, share their opinions, come to a mutual understanding, and hope to work together in a peaceful environment? Because if we're capable of doing that with other people from different faiths, what's stopping us from doing the same here? It's it's a really sick system that's taking place around the world, around the Muslim world. I'll be honest with you, it's a sick propaganda. It's a really messed up brainwashing system that's going on. And if you are the kind of person who doesn't stop to use your intellect to think, to ask yourself why, how, what, then you're just going with the flow. You're just doing what everything is doing, what everyone is doing, and you're assuming it's right. So, well, Al-Quds Day it started off for the people of Palestine, um, and with the ideology of, Ayatollah Khomeini used to say that Al-Quds Day, it's a day where the oppressed actually rise and stand up against the arrogant. So, ideologically, well, it's based on that. I don't think that Al-Quds Day today, in this present moment, is just for Palestine. Um, it's for Syria, it's for Bahrain, it's for Burma, it's for Malaysia, it's for Indonesia, it's for Pakistan, it's for India. It's basically for those who are being oppressed by the non-Muslims and the Muslims themselves. And it's not fair. Wherever that our so-called brothers and sisters in Islam are doing towards other brothers and sisters in Islam, it's really unjust. And if you care about the Ummah, if you really, really genuinely care about the unity of the Ummah, you wouldn't just click share just like that. You wouldn't retweet, you wouldn't spread or let something go viral without first checking. It's really easy, I mean, it's like if you really think that the Shias are messed up, okay, if you really think that they are, why don't you actually go and approach one and ask him or her educate you or inform you on what exactly makes them messed up? I mean, really, it's logical, isn't it? It's common sense. If you feel that there's a misconception, if you feel that you're not entirely clear about something, you ask. Do you actually just absorb it all and assume that what's being fed to you is actually credible? I mean, look at the Western media. We all know how the Western media propagates their agenda. We all know that it is a universal belief that whatever that the Western media fits you is never really the truth, is it? So my question to you is, do you not think it could be the same for the Muslim world? Do you actually think that there couldn't be greed involved, greed for power? Do you really not think there could not be a propaganda behind all this? I mean, look, we live in a messed up world. It's pretty clear cut by now how messed up the world has become. So do you really, really think that by taking part in all these anti-Shia campaigns does good for the religion? Because that's the whole plan. That's the entire plan the whole time. To weaken the Islam itself internally, so that it's easier for the enemies to take us out. And people who actually spread all these anti-Shia campaigns, they fall for this trap. Unfortunately, sadly, they do. So, honestly, I'm begging you, I really am begging you, please, don't just fall for whatever you read off the net. Don't just assume that whatever's being fed to you, be it a scholar or not, okay, be it someone knowledgeable or not, please do not just take it without a pinch of salt. Question it, cross-reference it, verify it. Islam teaches you to verify facts. So why the double standards? There's this, I don't know if you guys heard of it, but there's this Aman message, and it's a declaration that's endorsed, okay? It's endorsed by 200 scholars in 50 different countries from all kinds of sects. And it's a declaration of the different sects of Islam, which is being recognized as whether they're a Muslim or not. And if you look at it, the Ja'fari school of thought, otherwise commonly known as the Shias, are actually in that list. Meaning to say what? Meaning to say that 200 scholars in 50 different countries have recognized this school of thought as being a school of thought in Islam. So unless you're trying to tell me that you're more knowledgeable than 200 scholars in 50 different countries, then what God-given right do you have to tell or decide who is a kafir and who isn't? Really, what God-given right do you have? So please, like I said previously, please go and find out. Go and educate yourself. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to speak out. No one's stopping you from that. That's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm speaking out. But speak out with the intention of educating, of informing, of creating awareness. Not speak out with the intention of ruining your own religion, ruining your own ummah. That isn't the work of God. That isn't what Rasulullah would actually preach. So I really hope that on this day, that all of us would actually take a moment to ponder about our brothers and sisters all over the world who are being oppressed. And I hope that if you cannot, even if see past what I've said in this message, in this short video that I've made, then at least be a humanitarian. At least be someone who promotes human rights. The right to actually practice what one believes in. It's the very least that you could do, to be an advocate of human rights. So, walaikum salam. And I really hope that the last days of Ramadan will become meaningful for all of us.